I think there isn't a single adult on our planet who has never tried coffee in their life. And it must be said, there are certain debates surrounding coffee. Some researchers claim that coffee is an extremely undesirable beverage. It causes addiction, increases blood pressure, harms health, and so on. Other studies suggest that coffee improves our body's condition and even prolongs life. It must be said that coffee is not as simple a product as, for example, carrots, which are practically only beneficial. Coffee has its own specific pros and cons. But what will happen if you drink coffee every day? What effect can this have on our body? The effect will be extremely interesting and not always straightforward. Keep watching the video to the end, let's figure it out. It's interesting. By the way, friends, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell so you don't miss my new videos. The first point is our cardiovascular system. If we regularly drink coffee, in some cases, it can cause an increase in blood pressure, while in other cases, it may have no effect at all. It all depends on our individual tolerance. Studies show that for some people, coffee raises blood pressure, while for others, it doesn't at all. I personally conducted such an experiment myself. Blood pressure is measured at rest using a home tonometer, then a cup of strong coffee is consumed, and after an hour or so, the blood pressure is measured again. Personally, I didn't experience any increase in blood pressure, but there are people for whom this happens. If after coffee your systolic blood pressure increases to 131 or higher, this is close to hypertension, which is harmful and highly undesirable. Therefore, if coffee has this effect on you, it is not recommended to drink it regularly and in large quantities. If it doesn't, then there's no problem. You just need to investigate and understand in your specific case. The next effect is the impact on our nervous system. Caffeine is perhaps one of the strongest permissible stimulants of the central nervous system. It does create addiction. It does have withdrawal symptoms. This is when we have consumed a lot of caffeine, say 500 milligrams every day, and then abruptly stopped, we will really have a slight withdrawal. Caffeine can really increase our concentration. This is a fact. It can increase our performance, help cope with sleep if, for example, we are night shift workers or preparing for exams. It can really improve our cognitive abilities, increase our endurance, and so on. But all of this has a flip side. Because every time we stimulate our nervous system, we borrow from it, and the debt will have to be repaid. After all, our nervous system has a limited amount of energy, and by injecting a stimulant into it, the energy doesn't increase. No, we simply release it from the internal reserves of our cells, increase our performance, and then the payback comes. Studies have shown that our nerve cells have a certain reserve, about 20%, which they do not use in ordinary life. This 20% resource can be accessed with certain substances. For example, a good dose of caffeine. There are both pros and cons here, depending on how you use it. If you drink coffee in the morning and it helps you wake up, get energized, accomplish a lot during the day, and then sleep well at night, then everything is great. But there is another situation when a person drinks 5 cups of coffee a day, is constantly nervous, has an increased pulse, sleeps poorly at night, and doesn't even realize why. For such a person, coffee really needs to be limited. Interesting fact. It has been experimentally proven that caffeine enhances performance in 80% of people, while in the remaining 20%, it either has no effect or has a calming effect. That is, surprisingly, about 5 to 10% of people, after drinking a cup of coffee, can easily fall asleep. It even serves as a mild sedative for them. It's amazing, but that's how diverse we are. That's precisely why coffee is so ambiguous. The next point is the impact of coffee on our gastrointestinal tract. Here, the effects are not very good. Coffee consumption significantly increases the production of gastric juice. Therefore, if we periodically suffer from heartburn, gastritis, or stomach ulcers, in such cases, coffee should be limited. As well as caffeine in general. Especially for such individuals, it is not recommended to consume coffee on an empty stomach in the morning, nor is it recommended to accompany a hearty meal with coffee immediately. It is much better if we drink coffee 2 hours after breakfast. The next point is coffee and oncology. There have been significant debates on this issue. A large number of researchers have questioned the effects of coffee. Does it cause cancer, prevent it, or have no effect at all? There has been a considerable amount of research conducted. Some studies suggested that it does cause cancer, while others argued that it prevents it. Understanding all of this was extremely difficult. However, a substantial meta-analysis was eventually conducted. A meta-analysis is a study of studies. This means that scientists take a large number of different studies and examine everything known, comparing all the data to form a comprehensive overall picture from this array of information. So, the meta-analysis showed that in the majority of studies, coffee more often prevented cancer than caused it. Therefore, it is likely that drinking coffee in moderation will be beneficial. There are also studies on lifespan extension. There is reason to believe that coffee consumption also increases life expectancy. Although it must be said that not everything is clear on this matter yet, there is conflicting data. However, the meta-analysis shows that there is more evidence in favor of extending life than otherwise. It is important to mention dosage. If we drink coffee, it is necessary to adhere to moderate doses of caffeine. What is a moderate dose? It is up to 250 milligrams per day. And what is 250 milligrams? It is approximately 2 cups of moderately strong coffee. Coffee up to 250 milligrams per day usually does not cause side effects. It is important to listen to our body, follow the moderate doses I mentioned, and everything will be fine. By the way, friends, how about you? Do you drink coffee? Do you enjoy this beverage? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. It will be interesting. And if you liked this video, then please like and subscribe to my channel. See you later.